back.
We are back. Ooh, something just flashed on the screen.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
I don't know what that was.
That was a jump scare.
Okay.
It was a Digivirus.
5 Nights at Freddy's ass over Fazbearmon. Anyway, I think we should just jump right in.
I think we should just jump right in.
We're back.
We are back. We're two. We're gay, and we're on a podcast about Digimon.
We are not two. I am.
That's true.
I am old.
I'm
old enough to have watched this on TV. So we are back.
We are back
with Digimon Tamers.
Yes.
Episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Mm-hmm. So it makes it our second episode on Digimon Tamers.
Yes, it is. Yay!
Yay!
We did it!
We made it. This is like our second episode of like the year. No, I'm just kidding. We've done more.
Yeah, it's our second episode of Tamers. We decided that we're just really busy over the summer.
Yeah, we had a fun, busy summer.
Yeah. We're still alive.
Shitless.
We didn't go to summer camp. We didn't wind up in a digital land where everyone got to be their own Digimonster. But
no. But
maybe
we
next
did
summer.
End up having a lot of fun.
Are you ready to talk about these episodes?
I am.
Episode 4 is called It Came From the Other Side. Or, in Japanese, A Tamer's Trial. Defeat Gorillamon.
I will say all three of these episodes, the English title, like, felt like if it wasn't like a direct movie quote, had like a movie, like had like it was like a very like dramatic saying or something, which I thought was cool.
3 of these episodes to me, and I made a note of this later on, but they all have kind of like a light horror element to them.
They did.
And in Digimon, Digimon Ghost Game at time of recording is the most recently released anime, although next month we will be getting Digimon Beat Break and Digimon Storytime Stranger, so
which we will play.
We will play probably together because I have to play it on the PlayStation, which is in the living room.
Yeah.
And a Ghost Game really leans hard into the horror aspect, but this is more like I don't. Again, I've never watched this dubbed or subbed. I mean, I've only watched it dubbed. So I don't know if this horror stuff is still present in the
Japanese
sub, or if it's just them trying to make it a little bit more scary. But I think overall this season is a little bit more scary, just with its more realistic, grounded take. Where
which makes sense because from the perspective of the creators, your audience is now 3-4 years older, presuming you're hoping that you're retaining the audience from season 1.
Yeah, between this and between. Well, actually, I don't remember when we said this first aired. This first aired in 2001, so it was a couple years since the first season. So anyway, we start off with a Davis recap, where I would just like to reiterate for the room that Gargomon and Terriermon and Gargomon are dogs, not rabbits.
Yeah.
So they're leaving off.
They keep
calling Terriermon a dog or a rabbit, but he's a dog. That's why his name is Terriermon.
Yeah.
So they are picking up where they left off, where Terriermon digivolved to Gargomon, and kind of it was scary. But they're doing little shenanigans. Henry is trying to get Gargomon to stand on his head. Hopefully that will get him to digivolve. Yeah,
because Henry's really afraid of Gargomon in a way.
He's really afraid, I think, of hurting Terriermon.
Yeah, and what Terriermon might become when he becomes the added aggression of Gargomon.
Which I think when we think about it from what we know from the past, something I wanted to point out. Have you noticed that they keep their voices?
Yeah.
When they digivolve? Where in the past,
it
had always been their voices changed a little bit. I think the only, at least from the last season, the only one that really kept their voice was Armadillomon.
Yeah.
But not even with Ankylomon, really, just with, no, actually, because Armadillomon had a southern drawl, and then Digimon and Submarimon didn't. So yeah, they all changed voices.
Yeah, I kind of like that they actually are the same here. Because it has always been a little weird to me that it's it's the same character but also a totally different character.
Well, I think it's more about I think that the previous 2 seasons, a lot of the partnerships are just through predestined, decisions or whatever. But this is they're, other than Guilmon, it kind of feels like they're just kind of meeting and choosing to be partners.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, it's more just like chance.
Yeah. So there was the scene where after this, when because they're in the park and they're kind of just like talking about Terriermon and like Digivolution and stuff. But I think like what we were saying before is what I wanted to say before was that Digimon Adventure as like a whole feels like about a story about growing up, and like we sometimes like become different seeming than when we were younger. And so I kind of feel like it almost works for me in that aspect to have the Digimon like change in voice or shape. That's why like I don't really think it's not a big deal to me that Gatomon and Patamon just like turn into angels.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you're different and like things are cool. Like what do we think about when we're kids? Like some kids might really think about God and like angels a lot. Like so. And in this, it feels a little bit like I think it's still a story about growing up and like I think to this, it feels like we're dealing with like how scary life can be.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think that the main goal here is to have these 3 Digimon partners have a lot more personality than the adventure ones because there was just so many of the adventure ones that it was hard for any of them to have super distinct character moments and like personalities, and they all have personality. Like I'm really connected to all the adventure partners, but like there's not like storylines.
There's not enough time. They're not really given like a moment to just breathe.
There's not like character arcs for the Digimon per se. Like it's they're really connected to the human kids.
Yeah.
And then with that, there's only a few human kids that get really big storylines. So anyway, we cut to a scene later with Takato in the bath.
With the gross green bathwater.
Yeah, why is it green?
Why is it green? It's like lime juice green. It's like sewer.
It must be some kind of thing with like
bath bomb.
Yeah, maybe like some kind of like maybe like tea infused or like matcha infused.
Oh yeah, I guess so. I didn't like it though.
I did not like it.
I was like, why would you not just make it blue? Like I get you don't want to make it clear because it's like a cartoon and it's like a kid in a bath, but like make it blue.
Yeah. Henry has a flashback to playing Terriermon in a game that he received for some purpose. It was like him, and we see like Henry has kind of a big family.
Yeah.
He has like a couple of siblings. He has
several sisters.
He has at least 2 sisters, I think. And his dad gets into the new Digimon game, and he is playing the game as Terriermon, it looks like, and he fights Gorillamon.
Yeah.
So Terriermon, we see in the present, has de-digivolved, and so they're headed back to Henry's house. Takato designs a Digivolution for Guilmon, and Rika threatens Renamon, and misidentifies Terriermon as a rabbit. But he's not a rabbit, he's a dog.
Yeah, why do they keep like doing that?
Well, Terriermon and Lopmon were probably designed together, and like them being twin Digimon, it makes sense for them to look the same, but like Terriermon is a dog and Lopmon is a rabbit.
Yeah.
So like I don't really know why they did that. They could have picked like a dog. He could have been Bassetmon.
Oh, Bassetmon's cute.
Like with long floppy ears. That would make more sense. Anyway, I kind of went off here in my next notes. Calamon comments on the education system creating mindless drones of its youth and its place in late stage capitalism.
Bars.
Calamon makes a comment about how humans are easily trainable or tameable. The bell rings and they come running as it like.
Oh, because of the school.
It watches all the kids run to school, and I was like, that is definitely like a hot take that somebody put in there.
Yeah,
like,
it's also like one step away from like wake up sheeple.
Yeah, but I think there is kind of a low key wake up sheeple kind of vibe here because like these couple episodes. It is, like, a lot of silly conspiracy theories and stuff, but it is, like, we already know there's some kind of weird government thing happening, because we keep cutting to the divas in STEM and the guy with the lighter.
Yeah, boy, does he love that freaking lighter. I think he's stimming.
Maybe he is. But autistic people can be government officials, too.
Of course they can.
Takato gets kind of a bum card from Kazu. It's just, like, a training card. Anyway, the divas in STEM are back, detecting the emergence of another wild one. I like that they call it that. Gorillamon emerges into the real world via a digital field. And then the digital field that we see is kind of pursuing Takato and Henry. And the boys split up. And the field is like really pursuing Henry. And it corners him in a construction zone. Takato ran off to get Guilmon and they come back. Gorillamon King Kong's about, is what I wrote next. This Gorillamon seems to be the same from Henry's flashback.
Yeah, which is where Terriermon first
Appeared
as, but it also first turned into Gargomon. And that's what
Yeah.
kind of scared Henry off, because...
So, in this fight in the real world, Terriermon seems to have to fight to help Guilmon, but Henry is afraid that Terriermon will get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Henry has a flashback to getting the new Digimon game, and he picked Terriermon as his partner over a Digimon like Gorillamon.
Yeah, because he liked the underdog.
He liked the underdog!
Yeah, not the under rabbit.
Hmm?
Not the under rabbit. You thought this was a rabbit?
Oh.
It's Winnie. It's Terrier the fucking Mon.
Bitch.
Fuck 4th of July. Anyway, happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
It's Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day. This game is how he got Terriermon, basically.
Yeah.
So, Gorillamon was too strong in the game, but with Henry's modified cards, Terriermon won out
Yeah.
the battle.
Well, he eventually digivolved too. Like the.
Well, that comes later.
Okay.
Yeah, so in the flashback I have right now is that Gorillamon was too strong in the game, but with Henry's modified cards, Terriermon won. Because again, they have like the card slash things that they have to like just play the regular card game.
Yeah.
Which I like. Again, I don't know if those are real. I feel like they're not.
Like that's not a real accessory for the games.
Yeah.
Like in real life.
So it's after that fight, Terriermon became Gargomon for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But he was hard to control, and then Henry has like a crisis of identity about it.
Yeah.
And then back in the real world, Takato helps Guilmon in the fight, but Henry is afraid.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have another flashback. There's a lot of flashbacks in these
yeah,
episodes.
the timeline in this one's kind of weird.
But even in the ones with like the other ones in this like section,
Yeah,
kind of weird. In another flashback, Henry's dad tells him that it's just a game, but we see Henry get the blue card, and Terriermon comes alive, just like Guilmon did, and Henry apologizes to Terriermon.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't want to hurt him, so that's like why he was so protective. In the present, Henry won't break his promise, and uses Kazu's lame card to subdue Gorillamon, and they defeat him without digivolving.
Mm-hmm.
Henry doesn't want him to absorb Gorillamon's data. Hopefully he goes back to the other side. And most importantly, bananas and peanut butter are a really great combination.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing I have about this episode.
Yeah, I think this episode was okay.
It was fine. I kind of was like, oh... A lot of these 3 episodes are like establishing the vibes of what's happening in this.
I felt this episode was an ad. I felt this ad... The main plot
the game
is...
doesn't exist.
The card game doesn't exist at all?
The card game exists at this point. But, like, that game that, like, Henry was playing, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, but I'm talking about an element of the card game, because I obviously,
Michael?
like, the... What?
This whole season was an ad for the card
I know,
game.
but, like, hear me out. So, obviously the plot of this episode is, like, the origin of how Terriermon and Terriermon and Henry got connected. And then the fight against Gorillamon.
Yeah.
But I felt like the subplot was they kept being like, look at these really cool modifier cards. Aren't modifier cards? Because there's a lot, all of a sudden they use like 8 in this episode.
We've only ever seen Rika do the Digimodify.
Yeah.
So this is like Takato and Henry using it.
Yeah. But this episode was like, modifier cards are the reason why everything happened in this plot.
Yeah, but they had to be able to defeat Gorillamon without digivolving in this episode, which I thought was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But, because to me, I'm like, well, obviously they're going to have to digivolve again. I mean, also, like, I know. But,
yeah. But it's still narratively
they're gonna
obvious.
like narratively they're gonna have to digivolve again because like the enemies are just gonna get stronger.
Yeah.
Because this is a 50 episode anime.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I didn't think it was a bad episode.
It was like establishing more of like the kind of rules of this universe.
Yeah, which is like it was a serviceable episode. It didn't excite me.
Yeah, it was.
It didn't have like super emotional moments for me.
Yeah. I think
it didn't have.
I think there was some like emotional stuff in here because like I really like Henry and I like Takato. Like I like that. It is also interesting to me that we like Takato. Unlike Ty and Davis, Takato is not the first one to digivolve.
Okay. Wait, who is?
Henry and Terriermon. They digivolved first.
Oh yeah.
So, just kind of interesting. So then we got episode 5, Dream a Little Dream, or
Cute little title.
Rollin', Let's Play with Kalumon.
Okay.
Once again, Gargomon is a dog.
Yeah.
Davis. This episode starts with a mysterious chalk shape.
Yeah, it's like a messed up, like, soccer field outline. It's like the chalk that you draw on, like, a field.
It appears at Takato and Henry's school. And right away I was like, oh, this is where... This one was where we really started to get, like, the light horror vibes. Because I'm like, it's clearly supposed to be, like, they're talking about, like,
crop circles.
Like, crop circles or, like salt circles for, like...
for witches
for
or whatever.
Like, for demons and stuff. And, like... Or protection circles, like witches and stuff. Mm-hmm. Some absolute dub bangers in the crowd chatter.
Yeah, we get in the crowd chatter.
I wrote a couple down and said, it was the hopscotch team. All that hopping fried their brains.
I missed that one. I didn't catch that. That's crazy.
Everyone laughed at me when I said chalk was dangerous. Well, who's laughing now?
Oh my god. There was a lot of that, this whole thing, the whole episode.
I was glad to have some of the, like, humor still transfer over, because I do like Tamers, but in comparison to the Digimon Adventure side of things, Tamers does feel like a constant beatdown.
Like, tone-wise, you mean?
Like, it is very heavy. A lot of the stuff is very heavy. We have 3 characters who have very strong, like, Henry feeling so guilty about Terriermon.
Yeah.
And then, like, we'll see in the next episode that Rika has a lot of, like, baggage. And Takato seems very, like...
lonely
and anxious. And, like... So, there are 3 kids with a lot of problems. And, like, their...
partners all have issues, too.
It's not as, like... We're not on an adventure.
Yeah.
Per se. Like, we are, but we're not, like...
It's not obviously on.
The theme is not a grand adventure like it is in Digimon Adventure.
The kids don't realize they're on an adventure. We only realize it because it's, like, within the context of a television show.
Miss Saji's back. She's Takato's teacher. Relatable queen.
She throws a random stray at Kazu.
Yeah, pay her more. And then we had to talk about Lara Jo Miller.
Yeah, because it's just Kari's voice.
Yeah, but that, like, it just is her voice.
Yeah, but it's so funny that they were like, we're going to bring back a recognizable voice actor from the last 2 seasons and have her not do a different voice. Well, and now she's a grown-up.
We talked about that in the first episode, too, because where Digimon Adventure 02 left off was that Kari wanted to and then became a teacher. Mm-hmm. So it is a little confusing, but I like the character of Miss Saji, and to me, she's not very Kari-like because she seems to have kind of a bitchy personality and embraces it.
Yeah.
Unlike Kari. Mm-hmm. There is a recurring background character who is a blonde girl with pigtails and has like a orange and red striped shirt. Mm-hmm. And I've always really liked her character design, and I wish she was a character in the show. I feel like that girl was like somebody who I was like, oh, that's my, like, OC. Oh. It's like when I used to imagine myself as this girl who was friends with June, and I never realized that that was Yoli's sister.
Oh my god.
The class is discussing all the strange happenings, and they're like bringing it back to, like, when the principal saw a dinosaur, like, and it is very, like, as someone who works in an elementary school, it is very much how, like, kids talk. Mm-hmm. Even though, like, kids talk about, like, Minecraft and, like, K-pop Demon Hunters.
And, like, Chicken Jockey.
Anyway. After lunch, Jerry tells Takato... And I also like that we get, like, a lot of Japanese school system stuff. Like, they're eating lunch in their classroom.
Pick up on that.
Afterwards, like, Takato and Jerry are, like, cleaning the classroom, which is something I know that they do in Japanese schools.
That's cool.
Yeah, Japanese schools are very clean from what I've observed on... Just through, like, TikTok and, like, social media. A lot of, like, English-speaking teachers going to teach in Japan. After lunch, Jerry tells Takato she saw what did the chalk tangram?
What?
I just kept writing down, because it's not a chalk circle.
Yeah.
It's not a soccer field shape, because they show it in different aspects, and it's like, there's triangles and lines, and it looks like a tangram puzzle.
What's a tangram?
You never did a tangram puzzle?
Hold on, I'm Googling this.
It was like where you had like my aunt used to have a bunch of them. There was like a calendar,
Oh, these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like it's like a little origami thing almost, but it's like a full square.
Yeah, and like you make it into like a shape or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
So you make a shape out of shapes.
Yeah, I have done this before, but I don't remember when. Anyway.
So Jerry is so brave. She tells the story about how she was in the nurse's office and she heard something like rustling in the medicine cabinet, and it's clearly Kalumon.
Yeah, very clear. Like,
But
there's a silhouette and everything.
It jumps out and scares her. And we see them, we see Henry and Takato leaving and talking at the end of the day. And there's a bunch of boys playing soccer. And once again, it's also interesting that these protagonists are not into sports. Like Davis and Ty were.
Yeah.
So.
I think they were just like, you can make them a little different.
Well, I
they're clearly like nerds.
I kind of appreciate it though. Like they're nerds. And
Yeah.
like Takato's like an artist.
Yeah.
So.
And Henry's like a computer boy. Kind of.
Henry plays video games.
Yeah.
So, I think it's also like interesting that it's like a change in the times. I do feel that like so many protagonists, even up until now, and like shonen boys anime are like sporty types.
Mm-hmm.
We're like it's not who's like well now that's who's watching anime, but like back in my day, it's not who was watching anime.
No, it's not.
So. Kalumon is observing the soccer game and he's obsessed.
At one point he like pictures himself scoring and then just goes, "Yay me!" And I thought it was the cutest, stupidest thing.
And he's in the bush and he's just like, "Yay!"
No thoughts in that brain.
Yay! And then it's like clearly like a couple hours have passed and he goes, "Yay!"
Yeah, it's like the sun has set, everyone's gone.
Yeah. He gets all sad when all the kids are gone.
Yeah.
Because there's no one there playing and
he wants to bring them back. And
So-
he knows exactly what will bring them back. Drawing the soccer field.
Kalumon is the culprit. He breaks into to get the chalk.
Mm-hmm. He breaks through a door earring, which is a padlock.
Yeah. He wants to play Kalumon ball, but it's no fun by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, he also says that black and white Digimon they were kicking around must have been destroyed.
Yeah.
Meaning the soccer ball.
And he also drops a couple Digimon name references. Like, he says, this line will make you hop like Frogmon, which is a real Digimon.
Oh, yeah.
The next day, Chikata goes back to school on the weekend with Guilmon to feed the rabbits. That's like another thing. Like, Japanese school kids, like in elementary school level at least, I think they're like doing jobs a lot of the time.
They take care of the pets.
And like we kind of do that at schools.
Yeah.
Like, kids have classroom jobs and stuff, but it's not as... I think that kind of community aspect is not really as well enforced.
Yeah.
Anyway. It's just interesting for me to... Again, like, it's interesting for me to watch this as an adult who has, like, an adult job now. And, like, I am still enjoying the perspective of the story from, like, the kid's perspective. But I'm also, like, oh, like, that's kind of... Like, it's interesting world building, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, like, very distinctly Japanese. So...
Sorry, I nodded and I realized that no one could hear, but I was agreeing with you. For the listeners who can't see me,
an audio
only
medium.
podcast. Yeah.
We're not ready for audio visual.
No, y'all can handle our beauty.
Oh, so true. The principal is freaking out over the chalk disaster because this one is even less of a shame.
Yeah, they're like really upset. They think it's like they act like it's like a premonition or something. Like, it's so weird.
Well, it's like weird vandalism.
Yeah, it is like hashtag random. But my obviously they aren't going to say this because it's a kid's cartoon. But like if I'm this teacher or whatever, my assumption is some kids got drunk in the playground and broke into the shed and messed with the chalk.
Well,
like that's my assumption.
I also think that like the elementary school that I work at is like their like playground area is like a public park when outside of school hours. Mm-hmm. So like people can like come there and like they do leave like beer bottles and stuff around, which is kind of like weird, I think. But,
yeah.
I don't know if that's like culturally as much of a thing. I don't know if like the Japanese delinquents are like hanging out
at playgrounds
at an elementary school playground.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
So they're hosting the big hopscotch tournament this year is what I wrote down.
Oh my god. The regionals?
Yeah. Guilmon befriends the rabbits but spells a Digimon, and they finally meet Kalumon.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to play, and they bring him back to the hideout in the park. And then Takato and Henry discuss finding Kalumon a tamer.
Which I know of exactly who it should be.
Oh.
I forget her name. Jenny?
So they first...
The girl who found him in the nurse's
Takato
office.
first thinks that Kazu would be a great choice, but
Which is stupid.
Kazu's too aggressive.
Yeah, Kazu, his snotty-nosed friends don't deserve.
I do think it's interesting that Takano did not consider Kenta at all.
Yeah.
Kenta seems like he would be a good match. He's, like, more sensitive. He's, like, kind of more sweet.
Yeah.
Henry thinks that his sister Susie might be a good choice because she's, like, she loves Terriermon because he's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
But she thinks Terriermon's a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
But she's too immature, and they're afraid that Kalumon would slay too hard.
Yeah,
They have, like, a vision of Susie, like, dressing up Kalumon in the
drag.
in the pretty princess pants.
Yeah.
It is kind of ridiculous to me that, like, I don't think Susie is supposed to be, like, younger than TK.
Yeah, but they treat her like she's 2.
They treat her like she's, like, yeah, like a toddler.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is she supposed to be, like, a toddler? I don't know. Anyway. But then they think that a girl might be a good idea, and that's when Takato thinks of Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry, not, yeah.
But then he remembers that Kalumon scared Jerry in the thing, so he's worried. And he, like, kind of has a crush on Jerry, so he doesn't want her to be scared.
Yeah, I just want to be scared.
So meanwhile, Kalumon manipulates Guilmon for chalk-based reasons.
That's incredible verbiage.
Thank you. And Kalumon and Guilmon go back to the school and have to be... There's 3 door earrings now.
Mm-hmm.
But Guilmon...
They went to Claire's.
Guilmon breaks in through digging under a tunnel underground.
Mm-hmm.
And they're starting their, like, chalk thing. And, Wormmon gets mentioned!
Wormmon!
Arthropod King!
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Best phone answerer in the Digimon universe.
The digital
Digimon
world's
receptionist.
Best receptionist. That's an anime title. That's like one of those anime titles. It's like in another world, but I'm transformed into a vending machine.
Yeah. Is that real? The one you just
said?
That's
it's pretty good too.
Of
from
course,
what I
it's
hear.
pretty good.
Kalumon and Guilmon create a chalk pentagram.
Yeah.
But it's the same. It's the same like interconnected triangles that are on Kalumon's forehead.
Yeah.
And
so it was fate.
It summons Vilemon, who's just a little guy.
Yeah, and Guilmon lets him know that. He's like, I'm not tiny, I'm full of energy and evil, and I'll be... And then Guilmon stands up and goes, and you're tiny. Like, not even, like, as, like, a read, like, not even to be insulting, just as, like, a matter of fact, because that's how Guilmon is.
Guilmon would never
But it's
insult.
it's, like, because he didn't mean it as an insult, but it clearly insults.
It's so much worse.
It's so beautiful. It's so funny.
So, his name is actually Evilmon in Japanese.
Oh,
that's evil. The boys come to the rescue, meaning Takato, Henry, and Terriermon. But, I don't know, Guilmon seems to have the situation under control.
Yeah. Well, they get help from someone else, don't they?
Yeah, well, they tussle until Renamon and Rika show up to totally wreck Vilemon.
Yeah, and DNC copied Renamon, pass it on, because Renamon uses Diamond Storm.
Yeah, her attack is Diamond Storm.
Yeah.
I think it's actually supposed to be like something to do with leaves in the Japanese version.
Oh.
Like there's supposed to be like a leaf. It's Leaf Storm, basically.
Okay.
Well,
I don't remember when they added Leaf Storm, but Diamond Storm was definitely added after this.
Yeah. There's some more talk about the ethics of Rika's strategy before after Renamon defeats Vilemon and absorbs his data.
Mm-hmm.
And the boys don't like that. But Rika has to face her biggest opponent yet, the cuteness of Kalumon. Rika disappears as Kalumon also bounces off, bidding Guilmon farewell.
Mm-hmm.
And they said maybe some Digimon don't need a tamer. And then Terriermon says, who knows how long that tamer would survive anyway.
Crazy.
On Monday morning, more crowd chatter bangers as they discover the chalk pentagram.
And the holes in the ground.
And the holes in the schoolyard from
Which
Guilmon.
they say is housing for low-income gophers.
I wrote, it's a housing complex for low-income gophers. And then we got another...
Like, what is...
How
do you even come up with that?
I don't know. These are the funniest kids I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then we got a call back to the beginning where it says, I hear it's the shot put team. All that throwing fried their brains. And then there's like some more banter between the principal and who I'm assuming is the vice principal. Mm-hmm. And I kind of like want them to kiss.
You
Uh,
little principal kids, little school administrator kids,
little administrative kids.
That's another. That's another.
That's
school administrators is another anime name.
That's a workplace violation.
What if they're married? What if they met before
I don't know if they
working at the school?
Not in the school place. They can do that at home. So then there's some light horror elements. This is what I kind of wrote the thing about the light horror elements.
Okay, yeah. Like summarizing, you mean?
Yeah, where I was like, oh, because there is like this thing about like, oh, we have they realize that like the Henry has realized that the Digimon are real, like they come from this other world. And now we have this whole kind of like mystery episode, which honestly, if it was just this for the next couple episodes, I think like maybe 5 or 6 years ago when I rewatched this, I probably would have been like more mad about it.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm like, oh, I would just like 5 or 6 episodes in a row of just like them doing cute little mysteries.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo.
I think that's why, because the Ghost game takes it too seriously.
Yeah.
So, all right, next episode.
Do
you have anything else?
I thought I did.
These episodes are, I think, because we're so accustomed to like the back half of Adventure 02, that these episodes being so light and fluffy.
I liked this one though. I liked this one,
but I'm
more.
even commenting on like I'm taking less notes on these ones, but I'm sure like as we go on,
yeah,
like I'll have to remember that, like, oh, there's gonna be more stories.
Well, yeah, because later episodes will be building on themes that we're establishing now, so we'll be talking about like episode like 38 or whatever. We'll be talking about what happens there, but then also how it pulls back to episode 12, or for example.
So episode 6 is called "Oh Partner, Where Art Thou," which is like that's a book movie reference.
Yeah, it's that which came out around this time, I think, like 2000. Oh, that's "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou."
Yeah.
But
this is "Oh Partner, Where Art Thou."
Yeah.
And it's called "The Meaning of Partners, Renamon Evolves," in Japanese.
Which means Rika-centric episode. Rika-centric episode.
Let's go, ladies.
We nailed that.
In the recap, Davis says that maybe some Digimon just can't be tamed, which I wrote, Kalumon, the Miley Cyrus of Digimon? Question mark?
Miley copied Talamon.
She copped that swag. Rika goes to a fancy all-girls private school, which I think we might have known already.
Yeah, but it's still cool to see.
Yeah, and her mom is there with a bunch of other parents. They must be like doing some kind of like parent-teacher thing.
I had a note about this too.
What'd you write?
I thought it was really interesting. The teacher, like, we're hearing like Rika's thoughts about whatever, but then you're also hearing like the teacher's like rah, 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 in the background, and he's giving like a speech about like environmentalism and how like destruction of trees like leads to like the destruction of the environment and like how they. Which I was like, oh, that's cool.
I'm interested to see if that's in the sub, because like to me, I'm like, okay, in the dub, I feel like from what I know about being alive at that time. And also being a little bit older, and also being like, and now like looking back on like politically, this is probably around the time of like Al Gore going to run for president.
Yeah, Al Gore ran in 2000
and talking about climate change.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure that maybe I know that at least some of the voice cast worked on Digimon
would have been privy to that.
Extremely political. And very like left leaning. So I'm sure that they were like, we're gonna slip this in there.
Yeah, it was cool though.
Yeah.
But I also felt like it maybe subtly served to establish the difference between like Rika's school and Takato and Henry's school, because it is like, oh, they're the same age, but like this teacher's talking to them about like an advanced, like kind of a political concept.
It definitely feels like they are establishing that like there is more societal pressure on Rika than there is on Takato and Henry.
Yeah. It's like little world building things like that, I think, are so cool.
Because like they're not going to bring up that there's might be some societal pressures on Henry because he's not Japanese.
Oh, right.
He's Chinese.
That's right.
So I don't know what that means. Socially or politically or whatever. But
yeah. I thought that was a really cool stuff, because like if it was like science class at Takato school, it would have been like more about like volcanoes erupt because lava built. Like, it would have been like something like science.
It also would have been more of a goofy setting, because you probably would have had like, oh, it's gonna explode, and like Kazu and Kenta are gonna get like covered in like crap. Like
where this was like, the world is ending, ladies, and you have to fix it.
Yeah. Well, because they know that the Barbies can do anything, but the Kens are idiots.
No, Ken was the last season.
And Ken was not an idiot.
No, he was the opposite.
So Rika observes her mom in the back of the class who gets a phone call and then suddenly leaves for some kind of photo shoot.
Yeah.
And then we have some, mommy issues.
Yeah. Which her mom, bombshell. She's a little hottie.
Oh, yeah. A baddie.
A baddie.
A baddie.
But not in like a
well, in like
a put together.
And
way.
like she used to be couture, but now because she's older, she's catalog.
Yes, because she's a model.
Yeah. Rika and her mom don't seem to relate to each other because we have a scene later where like her mom asks Rika if she's reading tarot cards and she's looking at the Digimon and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like her mom says that like when she was Rika's age, she didn't have time for silly games because she was already hard at work as a model.
Yeah.
And then Rika takes that personally.
There's also an implication that her dad isn't around because later when she goes home, it's her grandma that's like cooking dinner.
They live with her grandmother.
Yeah, so it's like the implication is like the grandfather is not present. Or the father is not present.
And the grandfather is not present either. But Rika lives in what we see, because we see Takata lives above a bakery.
Yeah.
Henry's family kind of lives in like a
high rise.
Rika's family home is much more traditionally Japanese.
Yeah, it's got like the paper sliding door.
The sliding door is like she sleeps on like a tatami mat.
Yeah.
And like there's like a pretty garden.
Yeah, it's also huge.
Yeah.
So she's clearly like, and like the fact that she's at an all-girl school means probably private school, so she's probably wealthy.
Yeah.
Which like her mom being a model, that kind of makes sense.
And her mom also might be a celebrity.
Yeah.
So it's clear to me that like the narrative is that like Rika's mom has done all the providing of like financially.
Yeah, but not emotionally.
But not emotionally.
Yeah.
But Rika does seem to have a good relationship with her grandmother.
Yeah.
And I just wrote that Renamon is so kind. I love Renamon.
I wrote Renamon as that girl.
She is that girl.
Oh, you know why? Because she goes into her bedroom and is like, Renamon, you here? And Renamon like fades out of the shadow, like into view.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
I love her.
It reminded me, like, to help with the visual if you haven't seen the episode, it kind of reminded me of like the way you fade through the paintings in Super Mario 64. Where it goes like, woo, and you just kind of like phase into existence.
Well, it's like she's a ninja. You know, she's ready.
It was really cool.
So, the boys are goofing off. Typical.
Mm-hmm.
But then they sense a Digimon, but Renamon is already on it.
Mm-hmm.
Or is she? Because she does kind of get her ass kicked by this Alamon.
Yeah.
Who is armored Digimon.
Mm-hmm.
The boys come to help, but Rika can't accept that. And she's determined to be the best.
Yeah, I wrote Rika is such a bitch, complimentary, and then I wrote she's brat.
She is so brat.
She is brat. Yeah. Also, there's like a point in this battle, I mean, it happened a couple times in these episodes, but I noted it here, where she uses like a modifier card or whatever, and this like super sick drum and bass music starts playing. It's like, and I'm like, this gets me hyped every time.
Yeah, she also gives Renamon Snow Agumon's Frozen Wind attack.
Yeah.
So she gets the attack from Snow Agumon, which is kind of cool. It's like nice to see Agumon, even if it's a different one. I do wish that we got to see more of Snow Agumon, like in general, because it doesn't really appear in any of the other seasons.
Oh.
And I think that it would be nice to do like a whole like Snow Greymon evolution.
That would be cool. I don't mind them not going so Agumon heavy for now, because it was a lot. It's nice
to have like a departure, and like Guilmon is a great main partner.
Yeah, it's a very like complementary type of protagonist partner.
So here we meet Impmon.
Mm-hmm.
And he is sassy.
He is sassy. He's got a sassy little voice.
I love him.
Yeah, I do too, even though he's clearly a villain.
And then we go back to Rika's house.
Also, I will say, before we did any of this, Impmon was one of the only Digimon... Like, I had seen Impmon before. I had seen his
I think you
stuff.
saw him when I was playing Cyber Sleuth or something.
I think also, like from my childhood, I think he was one of the few Digimon. Because I'd seen Agumon, and I had definitely seen Palmon. And I think I'd seen Impmon somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I think
interesting trio.
Yeah, I don't know if like maybe someone had like him as an avatar or something online or something.
Maybe.
But I definitely was like, oh, I've seen this design 100 times.
So, back at Rika's house, Rika chastises Renamon for not digivolving in the battle.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a flashback where we see Rika winning a Digimon card championship with ease.
Mm-hmm. Which I have a question about. Mm-hmm. Why is the host of this tournament, why is he dressed like he's on Gwain's World from Between the Lions?
Well, I think
he's in, like, chainmail.
I think, like, it's like a because like at conventions and stuff, there'll be like somebody who's hosting like the tournament, or they're hosting like some kind of event, and they're just like dressed as like a gladiator because it's like the vibe. It's big competition, you know.
Okay.
So
it was just funny because she was dressed like normal in a leather jacket.
Yeah,
like, he's like
she's dressed
medieval.
like a badass. Once again, furthering our comparison to Trinity from The Matrix.
Yes, Carrie-Anne Moss.
So then in the flashback, she like wins. She says that like she didn't do anything to prepare. This was so easy for her because she's a badass. Back at her house, we see like the field shift. And everything's in darkness, and all these, like, screens appear around Rika.
Yeah, I wrote, why is Rika's room located in Silent Hill? Because it, like, has that same art style where everything's just kind of grimy all of a sudden.
And it's, like, all these screens, we see Digimon, and there's, like, specific Digimon in silhouette. Like, Apoclymon is in silhouette. Remember him from the first season?
Yeah.
And they're all, like, begging Rika, the Digimon queen, to be their tamer.
Yeah.
Because she's the strongest.
Yeah.
But it's Renamon who becomes her partner.
Basically, like, Notice Me Senpai, the Digimon version.
Yeah. Rika wishes to become a tamer after she gets the blue card and slides it through her thing and gets the Digivice. And that's how her and Renamon became partners.
Yeah.
In the present, Renamon wanders through the streets at night. She is a badass. She's like walking on top of the telephone wires.
Yeah.
She's so cool.
Yeah.
And she meets Impmon, and they banter.
I wrote, don't fall for his wily tricks, Renamon.
Impmon seems to hold a grudge against humans. This is the first time... Okay, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
This is, like, slight spoilers for, like, later on.
Sure.
Impmon and Renamon are the only two Digimon characters that I really, like, hardcore ship with each other.
Like, of all time? Or, like, just in
Just in general.
Okay.
Like... Because, I mean, like, people, I'm sure, like, want to, like, watch Anjumon and Anjumon smooch, but, like, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
But, like, Renamon and Impmon have chemistry right off the bat, I think.
Good to know.
So,
I'll keep an eye out for that now, because that wasn't even registering to me, but I'm sure if I went and watched it back, I'd see what you were saying, and I want to... Yeah. I'll keep an eye out for that future
Impmon seems to hold a grudge against humans and thinks that Digidame like Renamon shouldn't be wasting her time with no punk humans.
Can I make a prediction?
Yeah.
Which maybe this is obvious because, children's show. But I feel like he had a Digimon partner who, like, abandoned him.
Well, he is a Digimon.
So he had a human partner, that's what I mean, yeah. And that, like, abandoned him. Or, like, they just got separated through, like, accidental means, but he thought it was intentional, like, that kind of thing. Like,
maybe.
I'm thinking Jessie from Toy Story 2 specifically. Like, that, yeah.
Wait. That's so sad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So a new Digimon bio emerges, and it's Dokugumon, and I knew it was Dokugumon, but when it was all the spider webs, I was really hoping it was Arukenimon, even though I knew it wasn't.
Renamon tells her to eat dirt, which is like, Dokugumon says it to Renamon. Maybe.
Yeah, but then Renamon
gets bitten.
Rika says like, "Oh, the spider's nasty," and then Renamon goes like, "Well, maybe I should step on her."
Yeah,
and
my god.
That awakened something for a lot of people.
Yeah, a better step on her. And then during this fight, like, probably the most terrifying frame in all of Digimon ever happens, where Dokugumon, like, bites Renamon, and she's, like, crying out in excruciating pain.
So, like, Dokugumon has, like, a big open jaw in her design, because, like, a lot of bug Digimon have that, and, she, like, has Renamon in her jaws, and she, like, crunches down on Renamon, and Renamon, like, screams in pain.
Yeah, like, it's, like, that thing where, like, her legs and her head both bend back.
I need to remind you, this aired at, like, 10 a.m. on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
On Fox Kids.
Yeah.
I was, like, 8 watching this happen.
And you know what else? This almost eating Renamon scene, I think that probably awakens something to some people
too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So Renamon is combating Dokugumon, but it's not going well, and Rika is in constant danger and won't leave the battlefield for some reason. Renamon saves Rika twice and urges her to run.
Yeah, what if he could just back off?
And we see that Dokugumon also, like, gravely poisons Renamon, and it looks like Renamon is down for the count, like she might die. This is the first time in these 6 episodes that we've ever seen Renamon be in trouble.
Yeah.
So Rika stubbornly refuses to leave, and then Kalumon appears in the battlefield, and a teary Rika calls Renamon's name, and Renamon digivolves.
Because the missing ingredient was love.
Was friendship. She has a broken heart on her shirt.
Oh my god. The foreshadowing.
So Renamon digivolves to Cubimon.
Yeah. That's what it was called? Cubimon?
Mm-hmm. And we
Does
actually...
that mean something? Is it
I think it has something to do with, like, the nine-tailed fox, like, legend.
It's basically Ninetales from Pokemon, if you've seen that.
Yeah, and she just got a new evolution form in a Digimon, like, mobile card game that is also just a nine-tailed fox.
Oh.
So, do you have any thoughts on Cubimon?
Very cool. I mean, it is similar. It looks like Ninetales' Mega Evolution. So if Legends EA comes out in like a month, so maybe we're going to get a very similar.
Maybe. I think that it's cool that she's like she's clearly like a femme Garurumon.
Yeah, no, that is very cool. Her attacks like coming out of the tips of her tails is very cool.
Also, you called her attack. Her attack is Dragon Wheel.
Yeah.
Because she like spins and like she jumps and like rolls and then it creates like a big wheel of fire that like comes out in like a dragon's head.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said Dragon Wheel and your first thought was Watusi.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny about that too is like I was getting like a little bit drowsy by the end of the third episode.
Yeah.
Because it was like hot in
It's
here
hot in our
and like
apartment,
I'm just
so.
tired today. So I was like I wasn't like half awake, but I was like a little bit slipping away, and I'm just like, Watusi? Like I kind of like fell out of me. Like I was like,
So I
was
hope
weak.
that one day there'll be a Renamon who says Dragon Wheel Watusi.
Oh, I hope so too. And Cher can voice her.
Dragon Wheel Watusi! So it was Rika's care for Renamon that caused her digivolution.
Yeah.
So what Rika really might be missing is friendship, which is something that Renamon kind of touched on earlier when she was staring wistfully into the moonlight because she's such a badass.
Yeah.
So Ipmon, we see him lament this sweet moment between between Cubimon and Rika.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cubimon then repeats that the power of friendship made her stronger and that Rika caring about her like a partner was what really made her digivolve. But we can't ruin Rika's street cred, so
No.
Renamon can't tell anybody.
Yeah.
And that's where we end.
Yeah. This was another good I thought this was the best of the three.
Definitely.
I mean, I liked the...
Because it was focused on the ladies!
Well, that, and it was like, I just think Renamon is... Their dynamic is interesting, because it's like, obviously, I love a wholesome, like, we're best friends
It's a
narrative.
lot different
We
than
had, like,
anything
8 of
we've
those
seen
already.
before.
Yeah, where this is, like, a more
even,
contentious
like,
one.
She's definitely, like, the Matt, or, like, the Ken.
Yeah, she's, like,
she's, like,
the emo one.
the edgy, misunderstood
Yeah.
character.
We in the first 3 episodes, we heard her listening to music, and it was, like, skate punk music.
Yeah,
she's
she's definitely...
It wasn't, like kids, like, techno or whatever.
Yeah, so but, like, this is very different than her relationship with... It's also interesting because she, like, has, like, mommy issues, but her Digimon partner is very feminine.
Yeah.
Where, like, the past 2 characters that had, like, a lot of, like, issues, like, self-esteem-wise or whatever, had masculine partners because their problems were, like, a little bit more rooted in masculinity.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, this was a good batch. Again, I'm very much on board for Tamers.
Yeah.
I'm liking the smaller cast. I'm liking the real world setting.
I have a question for you, and I'm not going to tell you if it's a spoiler or not.
Okay.
Do you think that there was maybe some foreshadowing of some other characters with who they thought were going to be Digimon partners, or human partners for Digimon?
Yeah, I think Jerry and Kalamon are going to be.
You think it's going to be Jerry and Kaluma?
I think there's no reason.
But you don't think Kazu or Suzy?
I think they'll show up in like a Bitch That's June variety. I think I think we would have to have a 5th Digimon. You know what I mean? Because right now we only have one Digimon that's clearly going to be like a recurring character that doesn't have a partner right now, and that's Kalamon. I think Itmon has a past, and I think Itmon's an antagonist.
But do you think that Itmon maybe will like turn around like in the final?
I feel like you're trying to get me to say yes, but
no, I'm just trying to see what you think.
So far, no, that's not the vibe I'm picking up.
You don't see how, because to me,
I think he'll like be evil to the end of the season? No, but do I think he will like partner up with someone as their partner? Not necessarily. I think it could be like an Ogremon type thing, where like Ogremon kind of ended up being on their side at times.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be like a meddling factor, and he's like gonna resist any. He's gonna be like maybe start to develop like a bit of a connection with one of the human characters, but I don't think it's gonna be like he sticks around and becomes part of the game.
Right now, they're kind of setting up that his main connection is Renamon.
Yeah, exactly. But I think Jerry and Kalamon lock it in. I think because she was introduced in episode 1.
They're locking in that alliance.
Yeah. They're using the veto.
Yeah, she's gonna. Okay, before we get too much into Big Brother.
Yeah, that's a different pod.
That's a different podcast. Anyway, I've been Adam.
I'm not Adam.
No.
I'm Michael.
You can find us.
Can you imagine if we were both named Adam?
That'd be really weird.
Yeah.
You can find us on the internet at 2gayspod on Twitter and on 2gayspod on Instagram.
And then Gmail.
And also 2gayspod, that's TWOGAYSPOD as in Digimon at gmail.com if you want to contact us. I like reading fan mail.
Yeah.
And also I just like talking to people about Digimon.
You do.
And hopefully next time we'll have a episode out a little sooner.
We do say that every episode.
Well, no, because sometimes we've been good about having an episode every month.
Yeah.
And we're going to have like less to do as the year winds down.
Yeah, as it gets cold again.
Yeah. So, anyway, bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening. Smooches.
Thank you and smooches.